Hello and welcome to another closeout video. In this video, I'll be closing out the month of July. I'll be going over my assets as well as my liabilities to see what my net worth is as of July 31st. So stay tuned. If you haven't done so, subscribe to my channel so you can continue to follow my journey, and let's get right into it. So the first thing up is my checking accounts. I have a total of $4,429 in my checking accounts. These are joint checking accounts between me and my husband. And so next up is our savings account. We have $5,032, and we are in the process of building that up. I would like to see that get to a point where it's about 3 months worth of our expenses. So we're kind of far off from that, but once again, every little bit helps. Next up is my money market account. I don't really utilize this account, so it only has $5 in it. And that's just what it is. 401k from job 1, and that balance is now $32,409. Now that 401k it has a mix of both Roth and pre-tax dollars. So some money I've already paid taxes on, so when I withdraw the money, I won't have to pay taxes on it, and then another portion I will have to pay taxes on it when I withdraw that money. Next up is my 401k from job number 2, and that balance is $7,688. Now with that, 100% of it is in the Roth portion, so whatever I withdraw, I will not pay taxes on it. Next up is my IRA. This was a rollover IRA from a previous job, and that balance is $1,480. I've been considering just combining this IRA along with this Roth IRA, which has a balance of $801. I may roll over the the rollover IRA into the Roth IRA. I will have to pay taxes on it because with an IRA that is pre-tax money, so I haven't paid any taxes on that money yet. So if I do roll it over, I will have to pay taxes on it, but it's such a small balance that the amount of taxes I will have to pay will be negligible. The next item is my individual brokerage account, and that has a balance of $382. Right now that contains just company stock. I think I am going to sell it and just invest into an index fund. It's really a small amount of money, so it's not going to make that much of a difference. I believe I've had all of the shares in there for over a year, so I will only have to pay capital gains tax on it if I were to take the money out. And so it'll be long-term capital gains, so that is taxed at a lower rate than if I would have taken it out immediately. Next up is my kids' 529, and they have a balance of $16,636. That balance is really low, to be honest. It is something. I'm glad they have something. They already have more than I had because I went to college with zero. But I look at it and it's not gonna get either one of them through their first year. So it's kind of like I still have some time, but it's also a little scary for me. But I do want to prioritize paying off my debt. And that way, by the time they do get to college, I will have freed up money to where I'll be able to cash flow anything that they cannot cover. I was watching this Dave Ramsey episode, and someone had called in and asked, was it morally incorrect to not pay for your child's college education? And so Dave said, no, it's not incorrect, but you shouldn't just leave them hanging. And I was so in agreement with that because I felt like when I went to college, it was kind of like, you have to go to college, first of all. I don't have anything to give you to support you in college. I mean, I did have help on I had help with food and with like rent, but not when it came to, first of all, that wasn't for my entire college experience. I would say probably a year and a half worth of my college experience, I had help. And then, but nothing for tuition, nothing for books. So there were times where, well, first of all, my freshman year, I had to figure out how to apply for student loans. I didn't know anything about student loans. No one talked to me about it. So I was just all kind of trying to figure things out on the fly. I did have some scholarships, but obviously not enough to cover all of my tuition. So I was figuring out on the fly about student loans. I did eventually work jobs, but I was not smart enough to use that money towards tuition. So that was dumb on my part because I was making good money. Yeah, I was making good money most of the time. Enough to like probably at least cover half of my tuition. I mean, any little bit would have helped, but I just don't want my children to be in the same predicament. I think for me, I would like to pay for at least, if it was up to me, I would like to pay for all of their education, but if not, then at least half of it. My kids are aware, that they're aware of scholarships, they're aware of the dangers of student loan debt, all of that. So I've had these conversations with them early, but I just don't want them to come out of school with student loan debt. So I will have conversations with them. I will tell them, if they, hopefully they get full scholarships, but if not, work, you know, apply to all the scholarships you can. But yeah, if you do work, apply to some of that to your tuition. I understand you got living expenses, you're in college, you do want to do some activities and enjoy yourself. But yeah, I don't want them to end up in my situation. Okay, moving on. My house. Once again, the value of my house has gone down. It is now at $616,000. I don't know if there's any real estate professionals that follow me, but let me know in the comments if you are seeing a decline in housing prices. I do think that my house was superficially valued high for no reason, but I wasn't expecting such a significant drop last month. Um, but that's not something I can control. I'm blessed to have a home and I'm thankful for it. And I don't plan to sell it. So, really, at the end of the day, the value doesn't matter. Next up is my credit card. I do have a balance this time. I did not have a balance last time, but I had a balance of $147. As I said in my last budgeting video, we have been traveling and I like to use my credit card when we travel. I am paying this off right away, so that will be gone. Next up is my student loan debt. Now, these are faux federal loans. These were loans that were once owned by the government, but are now have been sold to private companies. So with that being said, my unsubsidized loan balance is $8,693. I recently got under that $10,000 mark, which I'm so happy about. I am trying to pay this loan off by the end of the year. It will be a little aggressive, but I would love to see that going. That'll free up $218 every month, which would be great so that I can knock out the next debt. um, the subsidized portion of my loan has a balance of $21,111. So that will probably be my goal for next year, for 2024, is to pay off this loan. Definitely, that will be my goal for next year, not probably. But, you know, this debt-free journey is a marathon, and I am running this marathon with diligence. So, next up, we have the Cosign loan, and that has a balance of $20,334. I know, sometimes people leave comments like, this person, um, obviously wasn't able to pay their bills. That's why you had to cosign. But two things. When I co-signed, quite frankly, I was still in college myself. I was in grad school, and that person didn't have credit. So I wasn't aware of, I didn't know how the person would be about paying off the loan. I also was told by that person's mother that they would also help pay off the loan, so they assured me that this would happen, and it didn't. So here we are. But once again, I have no intentions of ever co-signing for anyone ever again. If I can't, help you out with cash, if I feel led to help you out, then I'm just not going to do it. Next up is my mortgage, and that balance is $485,370. Hold on, I put that in the wrong spot. $485,370. Now that balance may be the same as last time. I did not make my August payment yet. I usually pay every Friday, so I would have paid on the last Friday of July. However, if you watched my last video, you know about our little income situation. My husband didn't get paid as expected. Well, he didn't tell me he wasn't getting paid. He knew he wasn't getting paid. I didn't know he wasn't getting paid. So we had to readjust some things. So that August payment is coming out on August 1st on the due date instead of coming out prior to the due date. So this balance will decrease shortly. So that is it for all of my accounts. Once again, if you are new here, I only show things that we own together or that are in my name. This does not consider my husband's information. If I were to add his information, things would go up. He definitely has more in retirement savings than I do. So yeah. And he does have a student loan, so I don't know, it might balance out because he does have a very significant student loan. So I don't know, but our net worth, well, my net worth is $149,207. Let me get this here. And so a net worth is just a snapshot. This is just as of July 31st. So this can change on a daily basis. And my liquid assets total $68,862. This number is the most important to me because this is the number um, where I can easily access this money. So if something major were to happen, I know that I have $68,862 to pull from. The net worth includes my home. I can't sell my house overnight, you know. I did sell my last house pretty quickly, but it wasn't overnight. That still was like a 3-week process. Um, but this I can get right away. So that number is important to me. I would love to see that reach $100,000 within, I would say, probably the next year. But we'll see what happens. So that is it for July. My goal for August is once again to see this come down. This unsubsidized student loan is definitely my priority. I have guns blazing at that loan. I'm going to knock it out for sure. Not in August though. Unless God blesses me with like $10,000. But yeah, I'm going full steam ahead with knocking that out. I'm As far as everything else, I'm just being consistent. I'm being consistent in contributing to my 401k accounts. Those are obviously automatic, come out my paycheck. So I'm contributing 6% of my salary to this one and 5% of my salary to job number two's 401k. I'm not eligible to make any Roth IRA contributions because our household income is too high. So that's going to have to stay where it's at right now. I'm not buying any more of my company stock, and I'm not focused on, I can still buy other things. I don't just have to buy my company stock in that account, but I'm not focused on doing any of that type of investing at this time. Once my debt is paid off, I will be aggressively increasing my investments. But right now, that's not it. The 529s, I definitely want to increase at some point, but I'm trying to just bide my time and just be patient and get this debt paid off. I would say the returns have been 9% over time. I think I started contributing to the 529s 6 weeks after each of my children were born. Um, but I started with a very small contribution. I was contributing only $25 per month. Um, but I was happy that I could contribute anything. At that time, money was very, very tight, and I just did the best that I could. And that was $25 per month. Now I'm contributing 100 to one and 115 to the other. I have more going to the older son's account just because we're getting closer for him than we are with the youngest. Once the oldest is going to school, I'll be able to contribute more to the younger son's 529. But that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and put them in the box below. Once again, if you are a real estate agent, please let me know what you are seeing in the market. I would love to see if you are seeing other prices drop or if mine was just high for no reason initially and is now coming down to reality, back to life, back to reality. So let me know in the comments. Go ahead and like this video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe to my channel. My next video will be a budget with me video. I think everyone likes the debt updates videos more, but I do want to still maintain the budgeting videos because I think, one, it's holding me accountable, and two, I think it is good for other people who may be new to budgeting, and it may help people out, and that is the ultimate goal of this channel. If there's anything else you would like to see, please also let me know in the comments. So once again, like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications so you're notified when I will be posting another video. Thank you for watching and take care.